Nothing is bothering me. It's just what's bothering me is that being a celebrity sometimes comes with, like, everybody wants to be successful in a celebrity and stuff like that, but it comes with, bullshit sometimes, and, that's the only thing that I hate about it.
It looks like the rumors about Denny's infamous freak-off tapes getting auctioned behind the scenes was true after all, because the New York Post just put out a disturbing article detailing the content to one of the videos, which they reportedly bought for an undisclosed amount. And it features Diddy having an insane freak-off session with a younger male celebrity who was visibly not interested in getting bent over to make matters even worse. Word on the street is the young male in question is Bryshere Gray, and this is actually one of the many freak-off sessions that Diddy allegedly forced him to indulge in when he was still just a young boy on. Empire Bryshere has been coming up a lot after Diddy got exposed with Jaguar Right, even going as far as claiming that Diddy and Will Smith were the ones who allegedly touched him. However, this is the first time we're getting hard proof of it. Okay, so all this started a few days ago when the New York Post put out an article revealing that they had seen the contents of one of Diddy's tapes. And it clearly showed Diddy having a freak-off with a young male celebrity, with their face very visible according to sources real close to the celebrity. They don't want this tape to get out because it's very, very triggering for them. And it brings back a lot of bad memories about the things that they were forced to do. It's triggering, it feels like a betrayal and a violation, and it's causing a lot issues. It brings up some really disturbing and bad memories. It's a total nightmare. He feels like he was victimized years ago and is now being victimized yet again. If this footage gets out, it will follow him for life. It will be on the internet forever. He's trying to ignore the chatter around the video. There's not much he can do about it. If there was a video taken without his knowledge that somehow gets out, so all he can do is pray. He's praying that this all goes away now. Like I said, this ain't the first time that somebody behind the scenes has revealed that Diddy's tapes are being sold. The first person to spill the tea about this was the attorney Ariel Mitchell, when she appeared on the interview to talk about a woman she's representing who was also allegedly assayed by Diddy. She revealed that aside from the woman she's currently representing, someone else also came to her asking for her to represent them. However, she declined because the person wasn't trying to sue Diddy for SAW. They had a tape of Diddy freaking off with another A-list celebrity, and they wanted her to represent them in the sale of the tap. Ariel claims she saw the video herself, and according to her, the other high-profile celebrity in the video was more high-profile than Diddy. Not only that, but the person seemed unaware they was being filmed.
I also was just recently contacted by someone who wanted me to essentially represent them in the sale of one of the Diddy tapes. So, which I declined that because...
Wait a minute, say that again. Say that again, back up. You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes, but
yes.
The shopping thing is
yes, there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood. But one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of, and to contact the person who was in the video to see if they were interested in purchasing the video before it became a public knowledge.
I've heard this before, so like a catch and kill.
Catch and kill, correct.
Wow, can you, and I guess you can't reveal the person who is on
No,
this
I can't explain who the person was, but
High profile?
Mr. Combs was in the tape, and this other person is, I would venture to say, more high profile than Mr. Combs.
Really? Really? And you've seen it?
I've seen stills of the video.
Okay.
So
you can verify
that it exists, that it's real, that the other person in the video is very visible. It's no question if it's that person in the video. And I can tell the video is pornographic in nature.
Oh my, all right. So we know that he videotaped a lot of activities at his home, did he? And it sounds like there was probably a lot of hidden cameras as well. Is that what is being talked about?
Yes, this was actually in his Atlanta home, at a home he had in Atlanta at one point. And it does seem that the person isn't like looking into the video, so it's to me, doesn't seem like that person knows they're being videotaped. It doesn't seem like they're active participant in the videotaping, like they're being surreptitiously recorded.
Now, from the looks of it, the video Ariel was talking about is not the same one that New York Post is reporting on, which means there's more than just one tap being sold, and one of them is going to hit the internet one of these days, I'm sure. Now, going back to Bryshere, a lot of people suspect that he's the one in the tape that was just acquired, because he's one of the young boys in the industry who was handed to Diddy for mentorship and hasn't been the same since then. Bryshere was handed over to Diddy by Charlie Mack after Charlie discovered him and helped him score the role of Hemlion and Empire at just 17 years old. Charlie initially introduced Bryshere to Diddy because he wanted Diddy to mentor him in his music career, but he also later introduced him to Will to help him mentor him in his acting career. But as we all know now, the mentorship barely ever happened, and by the end of it, his body and mind had been used in some Deborah things he never signed up for.
Bisexual, they do weird things in their house, and young men have left their house screaming to get away from them in their mentorship. Meek Mills, Bryshere Gray, left that house screaming. August the only one that stayed, and I guess he was really sick. He needed a dog.
But Jaguar was not done spilling the tea about Diddy and Will, because she recently had another interview. And this time, she made some serious accusations about Bryshere's mother, Andrea, and apparently her handing Bryshere over to Charlie, so Charlie can allegedly sell him to Diddy and Will initially people. But Charlie wasn't aware of what was being done to Bryshere. But it turns out he was very much aware, and that it was Bryshere's mother, Andrina, who approved of him getting turned out by these industry men in exchange for some money. Apparently, Andrea wanted some content for a book that she was working on, so she allegedly thought it would be a good idea to subject her son to all these traumatic things, so that she could later exploit his pain just to make herself some coin.
When I say Andy, I'm talking about Bryshere's mom. I'm going to kick you in your pussy and then I'm going to go to work North Philly style. You and Charlie. You happy now? He's a gay star. Are you happy now, Andy? For a book that didn't sell? I hope that new husband of yours leaves you. And maybe it's time you tell your son why his father is really in jail, his biological father, for all of his life, and what you had to do with it. You CI.
Jaguar also said the reason why they're encouraging Bryshere's new career as a gay corn actor is because they want people to think he's crazy when he comes out with this lawsuit against Diddy. And nobody will take him seriously because they'll think he's not mentally stable, you know? The old Hollywood trick they use on all they victims, convince the world that they crazy. And get this, y'all, Jaguar also went as far as to claiming there's a secret tea of Justin Bieber, Will, Jaden Diddy, and Bryshere having a freak off.
That came to me and begged me for my help. I told her to get the fuck away from Charlie. I did everything that I could do to get Bryshere, to help her get Bryshere out of California into Chicago safe, to be ready for filming. She knew she knew what Will did to him. But because of Charlie, see? And Charlie had promised her all kinds of things. And all she had to do was pretend to be a broken down single mom who worked her way up through the ghetto and raised a superstar for television, when the truth is she wasn't nothing but a drug dealer's whore. That's all she ever was. She went from drug dealer to drug dealer, and then she snitched on whoever she needed to snitch on until she could get to the bigger bag, until she got with Larry Lair, my friend who raised Bryshere in $1 million home. Your whole book is lies, Andy. And I hope anybody that bought it asks for a refund and demands it comes out of your pocket every time they see your son's gay porn. You and Charlie, they're trying to slut him out so he'll feel too embarrassed to file his lawsuit against Diddy for what Will and Diddy did to him. With Jaden and Justin present, that tape exists.
Okay. Okay.
I really hope none of that baby oil was used on those kids. That would just be in bad taste. Baby oil on babies.
You can't say that the flavor camp was sponsored by Johnson and Johnson. You just come on. Come on.
Starting to sound that way, ain't it?
No.
All
That,
that
that
talent, all that talent, and they fucking and she let Charlie tune that boy up on knowing that he was bipolar and had ADHD. What kind of mother would do that to her son? Turn him into a prostitute so you could pretend to be something more than what you are, which is nothing more than a Philly whore. You're a bigger whore than they're making your son out to be, that's for sure. Because he didn't have no choice. You was down by all. I'm sorry. The Bryshere conversation for me is not easy. Because I came to Belial and I asked Belial to help me save the kids, and all he was worried about was his book.
mm. Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Don't nobody
Definitely.
care about these kids. Don't nobody care about these kids.